Welcome back to Survival Living here. So with this live, you gotta give me a second to make sure audio and all that great stuff works. So, first thing first, coffee. Yeah. Which is really hot, I just made it. Alright. Excuse me. There we go. Let's get a little lower. How to get the booster seat out from underneath my rear end. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Advertisement is playing, so I cannot tell if audio is working. Let me know, guys, if you can hear the audio. Make sure everything's coming in good. I'm looking towards a monitor here. Alright, yeah, so I got audio. So, welcome everyone. What we got here? Maryland, good to see you. Smoking Swamp Outdoors, definitely appreciate it, brother. Smoking Swamp Outdoors, guys, is one of our mods, and he also is a YouTube content creator. Make sure that you guys check out his channel as well. Jane Doe, good to see you, my friend. Is he at the protest? No. Michael, no. I don't hang out at places like that. I've been around places like that. And most of the time it doesn't turn out very well for people. So I like my bones intact. Lost our home on Tuesday when a runaway manure spreader destroyed our home. Watching from the hotel. Visit the damage on my channel. Please pray for a Southern Tier prepper. Wow. Definitely sorry to hear about that. A runaway manure spreader. I will definitely check out that video. Man, that is rough. That is definitely rough. Tim, good to see you. 5x5. All right, good deal. Agent Provocateur. It's me, Silverfox. Yeah, I recognize the icon there, my friend. Unless someone stole your icon. We'll find out real quick. Skywalker Precious Metal. Howdy, brother. How are you doing? All right, guys. So, hello from El Paso, East Texas Mutt. And Camo Carl, good to see you, my friend. So, guys, the title, SHTF Preparedness. I want you guys to be ready as much as possible. We're going to go ahead and hash out a lot of stuff. Definitely put the @ symbol with Survival Living in the chat. That way I can actually see any questions or comments or anything you want to discuss tonight. I do have a little bit of time. Today's my last day off, so I wanted to get a live stream in with you guys. Silverstone, good afternoon, man. It sucks trying to survival prep while being broke. Just keeping my head up. That is actually an excellent topic, my friend. It really is. When I started prepping, I wasn't rich. I've had to restart so many times. Excuse me a second. Camera was rolling over here. I left the battery in. That's what that noise was. Voice activated GoPros. I've had to start many times. The last time was 2016, I believe it was. I got out of the Hooski and was having to stay in a halfway house for a while I was on parole. Me being a prepper, I still every payday I got, I walked down, got off the boat train. It was in Daytona, Florida. Walked to the halfway house, paid my rent for the week, went to Dollar Tree, I believe it was, it's the cheapest place around. Bought canned goods, dry goods, stuff I could afford in case something happened. Now, I prefer to stay put as long as possible. I do. This is the big discussion. Actually, I had someone leave a comment on one of my earlier videos asking about this. They live in a small town, and they were wondering if it would be best to hunker down there or bug out. Again, guys, depends on the scenario. All right, you want to try to hunker down as much as possible. All your stuff's here. Well, hopefully not all your stuff. Hope you spread that stuff out. All right, one house fire, from experience, you lose it all. Okay, I did. That was 2012. I lost, 2012. I lost it all. You want to have think of it as an evacuation plan, but you have preps along the way or set up somewhere You've already ran multiple routes out. You know how to get to a location that's safe in case something major is coming in on you. You cannot defend against it, whether it be a large group. I know there's going to be I got 1,000 rounds. Well, they do too. Or it could be a nuclear disaster, radiological. There could be anything coming your way. We try to prepare for many things as possible. So you might need to move. All right, you might need to get out. Forest Ghost Preparedness. Good evening, brother. Do you believe these college protests will grow larger and become more violent by summertime? Forrest, yes, I do. I do, my friend. Mainly because we're seeing such an increase with the financial aid going back overseas right now. And in my opinion, this is just another push towards a more global conflict. Do I think that they will turn more violent by summertime? I don't know. But any type of these protests, I would think of they could turn violent. So I know there are some that say you need to be anti-protest in their protests. Y'all do whatever you want to. I'm busy working all the time. Between turning wrenches and getting paid for it all week long. I also turn wrenches at home. I'm always working, so I don't have time to go sit there and argue with people on pro-Palestine stupid stuff till you blue in the face and doesn't accomplish a damn thing except become a powder keg right there for news media to watch. What I do is make sure I have preps in order. That way when the stuff happens, I'm not the dumbasses out there getting hit by rubber bullets, pepper spray, and everything else, getting locked up. That's my thoughts on it. Let's see here. Scrolling through here, guys. But yes, I do believe it is going to escalate. Ever Ready Food has a BOGO. It may not taste good, but always take advantage of the BOGOs. Ever Ready Food. Savannah Prepper. I believe, I could be wrong, please correct me if I am wrong, is that a sub-company of ReadyWise? If it is, you are correct, food is food. When you're starving, you eat anything. I have. But I don't stock up like ReadyWise and stuff because of the amount of TVP in the food. Y'all, please hear me out. I'm not trying to sell you on a product. I show a lot of products. Hey, look at that. There's some products back there. From my experience with it, a lot of the long-term food stores foods, if it's got a meat product in it and it's the same price as everything else, and they've thrown it in the food, it's a TVP. It's a textured vegetable protein. Now, when you got stuff like, for Patriots that we teamed up with, and there's other companies, Allison Farms, Legacy, man, there's just so many different companies. But when they sell the meats separate, it's real meat. But you're paying a lot for it because it's freeze-dried. But I could be wrong on who they are actually with, but hope I can be corrected if I'm wrong in that. Creative redundancy. I'll do something constructive like gardening, improving my position here. Bingo. I agree with you. Running Bear, show love, smash that like button. Yeah, I definitely do appreciate it, guys. We are hammered again by the platform. It is what it is. Oh well. Gardner Josh, good to see you, brother. How have you been? It's been a minute, man. All right, scrolling through here. What do you think about the new movie Civil War? I have not seen it. Michael 20 Hodges, 21. I have not watched it yet. From the previews and stuff I've seen, I did see that Canadian Prepper had done a video. I guess he watched it. Got to do a little video breakdown of it on his thoughts from a prepper standpoint. So I got to watch that a little bit. My biggest thing, predictive programming. We see that in everything. We do. But it's like they're trying to constantly keep us going at each other. Now, do I agree with the left? No, I don't. Do I agree with a lot of the right? No, I don't. Do I follow politicians and agree with what they say? Definitely not. I don't care what person is up there running for political housing. It's all, in my opinion, it's all set up. But that's my opinion. Let's see here. Governor Josh, doing good, brother. Another grandkid on the way. Awesome. Great news. Got a new job. Life is good. That is awesome, brother. Great to hear that. FL Sheepdog, good to see you, my friend. Pretty wise is what you give to others while you keep the good stuff. West Texas mud. There you go. That's an excellent idea. Now I do have some very cheap coffee. Well, my folders is pretty cheap, but I like to go ahead and get the Kevlar Joe. It's a veteran company. We're not affiliated with them. I just like supporting them. You'll see my other mug occasionally. I like that coffee a lot, but I usually drink Folgers. It's cheaper, but I do stock up a lot of the cheap stuff just in case. And that stuff lasts forever. That instant coffee, it lasts forever. And that's usually what I take out in the woods with me is instant coffee. Folders though. If you wish to keep CFP in the wild, smoking swamp. I definitely appreciate that, brother. Y'all don't have to send me any PayPals or anything like that, guys. With everything that I'm doing with my work and everything, I enjoy working, don't get me wrong. I do apologize that my time here is not like it used to be, but it is what it is. I do want to get back out to the field. I do. I'm thinking if I time it just right, I get off on Friday evening, as long as I clear out my weekend schedule and not be working on anybody else's vehicles at the house, I can get dropped off the location on a Friday night and get picked up sometime Sunday afternoon. At least I'll get a good 2 nights in, you know. So it's not too far from where I'm at, about 30 miles from where I'm at right now, where I like to go camping at. It just gives me the SKI. Yeah, you know what? You might be onto something there. Running Bear, I think it's crazy. What do you think about this new bird? Michael. Honestly, I have not looked into it much because it seems like every year we got something new coming this way. Most of this stuff, in my belief, I do not have any factual proof, so let's make sure we're clear on that. Most of these viruses and stuff, how do I say this without getting dinged? Most of these things, I believe, are engineered. Let's put it that way. Agent Provocateur, you have a backyard? Yes, I do have a backyard. I can do some serious outdoor filming out there while the neighbors are playing, you know, whatever. Yeah, that'll go good. I could use a cup of Joe now. Yeah, creative redundancy, absolutely. But instant is Mount Hagen. Mount Hagen. I haven't tried that brand. Good evening all. Great video. It's been watching a while. Citispell. Well, definitely do appreciate you being here with us. So tonight again, guys, we're just going to go over some things. If you got questions stuff, I'm happy to give you my thoughts on it. It doesn't mean I'm right. So it's just what I'm looking at, and we can kind of discuss it here tonight on what we're seeing. All right, let's see here. Scrolling through here. Sorry, guys. But like the video we did earlier today that I released about the protests, we're going to see more and more of that, in my opinion. They like that division, our government structure. They say they don't. They want everyone to be kumbaya and everything else. They love the distraction. They get you looking somewhere else. But any type of things like that, just be careful. It could pop off serious. And you got that new movie, Civil War, out. People do stupid stuff when movies come out. How do I know? Ever since Fast and Furious came out, I got morons putting stupid stuff in their cars and going to mess them up. I've got to fix it. But they live their life 1/4 mile at a time. If there's any mechanics out here, I'm sure you guys have a good laugh on every single one of those car shows. All right, scrolling through here, guys. More proactive, less reactive. Greater redundancy, yes. So when we're seeing stuff like this, guys, it's easy to get frustrated as can be. And yeah, I'm in the same boat. I want to just raise Cain, scream and holler, go beat up a tree or something, just make it known that I'm ticked off about something. Best thing to do, in my opinion, is to focus on you and your family. Focus on what you need to be doing. All right? You need to be stocking up. People don't want to hear this, you need to be exercising, training your body. The ones that want to run out there and, have the whole civil stuff go on, they can't run a quarter of a mile without passing out. It takes a lot. I mean, I don't want people capping each other, swacking everybody, but most of the stuff that gets typed in and hooping and hollering on YouTube, it's just that. It's great entertainment. It gets views. It gets people all ticked off and everything, and they're right there, yeah, man, hell yeah, let's do it, and nothing happens. Manic Mechanic by ZZ Top comes to mind. Camo Carl, there you go. I haven't heard any ZZ Top in a while. Alright. I started, RN Tanker. Started prepping in 2020. I served 24 years in the Army as an M1A1 tank crew member, retiring in 2011. And now I am ICU RN. My question is the ways of finding like-minded individuals to team with. So, believe it or not, preppers kind of pick up on each other really quick in conversation. All right, I found two in my job site that all we had to do was say one thing about the administration and one thing about Bidenomics and price of food and hurricanes. Yeah, it wasn't difficult. But what's the biggest thing about having groups, and I am a huge supporter of having groups, strength in numbers, is you've got to vet these people. Things can turn real quick. The whole thing, blood's thicker than water. Yeah, you might be raised that way. I was raised that way, but when it comes down to it, I've been screwed over so many times by supposedly blood that I'd trust a stranger across the street over them. That's just the way it is. Gun stores, that's a good place. A gun store is a good place to come across a prepper, a like-minded person, really is. Gun shows, stuff like that. Now, I know the agencies like to hang out in places like that. If you buy stuff at Walmart, Target, if you go into a grocery store, Costco, whatever, and you use your debit card or anything, they keep track of it. All right, that's just it. I mean, they keep track of it. I know the big thing about Walmart was the facial recognition stuff, the facial tracking that they had. Yeah, that's coming to all stores, by the way. It's not just Walmart. I do hit Wally World because the prices I can afford. So there's that. But yeah, some ideas, gun stores, gun shows. Just talk to people. I mean, you don't have to go out and say, hey, I'm a prepper. You just talk about what's going on and see people's reaction. You can pick up pretty quick if they're on board or kind of doing something on the side. Old Ironside spearheader or hell on wheels. Let's see here. I got behind here, guys. Give me 1 second. Make sure you have enough prep for your neighbors and your community because something, they're not going to have anything. LOL. Jason. That's entirely up to you. That's entirely up to you. When it comes down to the security of me and my family, I don't give a crap about people that are not in my group. When it comes to feeding my family over strangers during shit hits the fan like that, I make sure my family's took care of first. I am not here to take care of everybody during shit the fan because I know the limited amount of supplies. All I've done is put myself in the same situation, and now my family's going to starve to death in 2 weeks. So yeah, no. Now, have I done charity work and went to disaster zones, hurricane zones, stuff like that after fact, work with homeless shelters and stuff? Yes, absolutely. I don't mind giving a hand, but when it comes down to big SHTF, there are no supplies coming in. All you have is that for your family. If you go disperse it to everybody, and, oh, thank you so much. Now you're starving with the rest of them in about 2 weeks, and odds are they're going to come in your house late at night armed, and a bunch of them. Or they wait till you kind of bebop in your front yard and swack you because they think you have something else. That's my opinion. So, no. Hello, it's good to see you, my friend. I agree on just keeping your circle and shit as a fan. They could, yes, yes. Dear dude, yeah. Heather Spencer, I've learned from you that we have to learn different types of preparedness. I'm great at gardening and have been slowly stocking food. Awesome. That is awesome. Hey guys, I stock up food, of course. I've shown videos on gardening, growing to seeds, storing seeds from what you grow and stuff like that. These are all skills you need to be working on. Absolutely. It's not just, I've done videos of not just stockpiling food. You've got to have other skill sets. I mean, just because you got 3 years supply of food stockpiled, but you don't have any way of defending your home, or you don't have a way of evacuating your family out of an area because there's a giant wildfire coming and everything's closed off. You can't get out. Then what? You're on foot, or something. You need to be looking at many different aspects of this. Keep some outdated food to give away. All right. I help my grandson, and they have a little one, and are trying. A box of food goes a long way. He comes and helps me, so a good trade-off. Mama K, yeah. I mean, it's family there, but also, I hate to say bartering system with a family member, but, they're helping you out, and you're helping with food, and there's nothing wrong with that, Any hope for us city guys? I'm surrounded. BK bed. Stewie. I'm in the city now. I'm no longer in the rural area. When I had to make my move, I'm closer to work. I caught a lot of backlash from people for some reason. I just had to move back into town. So, for city, stock up, have multiple ways out. All right, don't rely on the interstate. Don't rely on the main highways. Look at everything around you and how you can get out if you need to. By vehicle, by bike, by foot, whatever it is you've got to do. Hopefully by vehicle will be best because you can move a lot more stuff. Also, in the city, depends on the scenario. You might not need a bug out. All right, bug out's not the end all be all, guys. I've done videos where you need to look up your location on Google Maps and blow it up by a mile. Look for water sources, then blow it up by 5 miles, 10 miles. Look for water sources in your area, then physically go down there, take a look at them, look at the water, look at the layout, because that's going to be one of your major things is water, all right? So the lock stuff down, power goes down. I mean, we see the constant attack with cyber attack. We see how vulnerable our grid is. I've done videos on that just recently. I was standing outside a power station and a substation. I had the popo roll up on me. Someone called on me. All that stuff's vulnerable. So having a way of drinkable water, cooking water, and washing, water goes a long ways. I mean, it goes quick, but use it for a lot of things. I'm not going to say it goes a long way because it doesn't. You use a lot of water. Canadian Prepper just dropped his video, so I'll be on yours and his. I did not. I know that Canadian Prepper just had a video earlier. I didn't know he just released another one. I like Nate over there, Canadian Prepper. I've been watching him for a very long time. Um, I've been subscribed to him for a very long time. I like his content. A lot of people give him a lot of flack because of titles and stuff like that. It's just to bring people in, get to talk about what's going on. Some people don't want to hear certain things, and some people just don't like other people. That's just all there is to it. I happen to like his channel a lot. There's always plan A, B, and C. FL Sheepdog. Absolutely. Absolutely. Does it take time? It does. Does it take dedication to all that? It does. I want you guys to think about this week. Hopefully you're off next weekend. Pull your home up on Google Map. Zoom out. Look around your areas for water. All right. Really look at the topographical area. All right. Look at the street stuff that they got. The map shows all the roads. Then go to the satellite imagery. Really look at what's going on there. I know that they're outdated by a year to 2 years, but kind of look what's in your area. Now, physically on the weekend, go out there and take a look at these spots. Have multiple plans. Buy a cast net, Skywalker. Yes, especially down here in Florida, cast net, you can bring in a lot of fish. They don't have to be big whoppers. Small, I've done survival videos where I caught minnows, all right? You get enough minnows, you got yourself a meal. Don't make fish soup out of minnows, though. It tastes horrible. I did that. It's nasty. It's, look. And I have 80% of my taste buds don't work, and I can taste that. It was not good. But you can grill them up, whatever. You want to cook them. Don't eat them raw, not down here in Florida. Parasites do grow in fish and stuff like that, so I don't recommend catching a bunch of them with a cast net and eating them raw. I've done videos on that. That was the stupidest thing. I even said in the video this is the stupidest thing I could have ever done because the ambient temperature water was like bath water. It was that warm. And that's a breeding ground for parasites and bacteria. So that was very dumb on my part. I was hungry as heck. Cook them up. Yeah. These aren't the droids you were looking for. Smoke them if you got them. I keep some stockpiled up, that's for sure. Around here, gators. Yeah, we got a lot of gators here. I couldn't do any videos as far as hunting gators down here because it's illegal unless you got a permanent tag to hunt gators. I'm not even sure what you can get away with in a self-defense thing. Florida is so weird. They like giving you tickets and locking you up for stuff. I know the last spot I was at, there were gators there. Yeah, I actually walked up on one, not too far, maybe 12, 20 yards away. No, about 15 yards away. Jumped him up, but 15 yards, he can clear 15 yards pretty quick. Luckily, he hit the pond I was at, didn't come at me. Real high grass, about, I don't know, belly button deep. Couldn't see him. Alright, Canadian and city prepper, only prepper I know in the million range. It's darn near impossible to get that milestone due to algorithm. Mario 123. It is definitely difficult. We are, I don't know, what are we, 66,000, 67,000? We've grown quite a bit in the last couple of years. That's because of you guys. I'll say this, Canadian Prepper, his channel, he's got a lot of information. He's got a lot of sources giving him the information he needs to actually sit down and make videos. And my videos are low budget videos, all right? I spend time on them, but I can only imagine how much time he actually does in the research, filming, re-editing, all that stuff, and reshooting for his videos. It's like a full day event on just one video. City Prepping was the other one. I know City Prepper is a great channel. I like his, and also Urban Prepper. I like his as well. And that's another one. The commenter about the City Prepper, where's that at? Oh man, I don't forget who said that now. Urban Prepper, City Prepper used to do a lot more videos on prepping, does a lot more news coverage now, which is fine. His videos are still there. But also check out Urban Prepper. He's got a lot of good stuff too. I like his stuff. I remember when you got harassed walking from the gas station. Skywalker, yes, yes. So I went out, I was doing, I think it was a 3 or maybe a 5 day camp out video, survival video, and I had a tree fall into my camp. And I always carried a tent for all my camera equipment, a tripod. Actually, we lost a lot of stuff, and actually, we had a lot of people here in the community help us. Skywalker was one of them to help replace some of that equipment for me. I put all that equipment inside the tent in case a bad rainstorm comes over. I don't want all my stuff getting, jacked up. All the battery banks, and all that stuff. So I had all in the tent, and I found a scorpion in that sucker. It's no big deal. But I decided to sleep underneath my tarp that night. I was just beat, crawled out of the tent. I set all the gear there, and it was raining so bad I almost went into the tent that night. I usually don't. Usually that's just for my camping, for all my camera equipment. And I was like, nope, I've got to get back out up there into the tarp, make it real. Don't fake this stuff. Hey, who's gonna know, right? I'm out there in the middle of nowhere. So did my due diligence like usual. Got underneath the tarp, and a big tree fell down. Now, a lot of people said, you got to look out for widowmakers. This was not a widowmaker. It pulled up the roots and everything when the tree came down. It was that much rain, that much wind. It was horrible. But anyway, I was trying to walk back home, and I did a live stream. I got to a gas station, and I was waiting. I think I called my wife. I called somebody. I think I called my wife. And it finally got through to her. She was coming to pick me up. I was sitting outside the gas station, and I saw a cop flip and he come around. I'm like, great. He come up, he's running me, give me a bunch of crap, and another one comes rolling up. It was just, I think I went live. At least I turned on my camera just so people could see what was going on in case I got arrested for not doing anything. I told them I was doing a film. Tree crashed, my legs all messed up, my foot's all messed up. I'm walking home, and they still gave me a bunch of crap. But yeah, good times. I dig your workout videos, bro. We will, these aren't the drawers you're looking for. We are going to be doing more of those. I had to take time off with that arm, bad. I am cleared, that arm is cleared, thankfully. I still got a twinge at the base of the bicep. I don't know what it is. When they did the MRI, finally got to get the MRI done. Took forever to get the review on it. I think it was like 3 months before I got an MRI. Anyway, I talked to the doctor. He said there's so much damage that we see in there, we can't tell what's old and what's new. I worked a long time as a welder, iron worker, working shipyards, worked in oil fields. Long time as a mechanic, repetition. Motion, yeah, I get it, but basically I just worked on it myself, did what workouts I could, took a lot of my supplements, thank goodness. I did have a couple injection shots. They weren't steroids, they were actually they were the steroids, but not the illegal anabolic steroids. Cortisone shots for the elbow, just try to get it moving around again, so good. But yeah, we are going to be getting back into the workout videos, guys. That's one of the biggest things I do fully believe preppers need to work on. Again, don't just run out there and start lifting weights and all that stuff. Talk to a doctor first. Make sure that your body's ready for it. You can work out. You just got to go slow. Get started in, okay? All right. That's a lot of rain. Mama K's. 12 inches or more in my area. That was a lot. Thank you for being a voice of reason, Mighty Robbie. My pleasure. I just try to look at it differently, and I just try to look at it how I look at it here at the house. I mean, I could come up with some crazy videos of one or two. I don't know. When I see certain, 1 second. I'm teasing myself with the coffee. When I see stuff, sensational stuff on YouTube, of course it draws in my attention. I'm a viewer just like you on a lot of channels. But I listen to what they're saying. I don't allow the thumbnails and the titles to, sway me or scare me or anything like that. I know what it is. As a creator, they're just trying to get people to come in and listen to what they got to say. So I'm listening to it and I dissect with the information they're given. I don't have time, like most of you guys don't have time to sit there and go through all this news. There's just way too much of it. You got to work a job. You've got to raise your family. You got stuff you got to do. Things are breaking at the house. You don't have time to sit there and, dig through all this stuff all the time. A lot of channels I can listen to, they're reputable. I can hear what they're saying. And if it is something I'm really concerned about, I'm able to follow it up later on my own time when I do have time to really dig into something. So I kind of just look at it as, well, I see it, I hear it, but I got to dig into this a little bit more. Because I've done some videos before that information was wrong. It was presented to me wrong. I ran with stories and it bit me in the butt. So now I usually give it a couple of days, make sure the story is right, because stories are always changing all the time before I do a video on it. The Roman Prepper, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Camo Carl, I think this will be the craziest year of my long lifetime. I'm prepping all that I can. Yeah, we are too. I see comments, most are trolls, so we'll ignore the trolls, but I try to read the comments and kind of see where people are coming from, because I know we've been hearing it's the end of the world since the atomic bomb was ever invented. Okay? Probably even longer than that. I wasn't around for either one of them, but either way. We stock up so when disaster does happen, we don't have to freak out. All right, we don't have to run to the store. We're ready for whatever's coming. And it's really not, I see where people are getting stressed out. No, well, nothing's happened yet. Nothing's ever going to happen. Thank God. Because as much stuff as I have, the amount of training I do, I still don't believe I'm fully ready. All right? The reason I say this is because I do not live in a third world country where they are fighting every day over a loaf of bread or a piece of bread. I don't have to worry about someone trying to kick down the door and violate my family members and swack me just to do it, just to be doing it, some militia groups. Now that right there is nonstop SHTF. I don't want to experience that in life. Some do, or at least they think they do. I don't want to be in that situation. Now, am I training for it? Am I getting prepared for it if it happens? Yes. Will I outlast everybody? Probably not. I got beat up and robbed by a bunch of 12-year-olds in Mexico. Yeah, all right. In my defense, it was a bunch of them, and it hit me in the back of the head with a brick. I didn't see it coming. But shit happens. Yeah. All right. Glad my wife's coming around on my preparedness, not fully, but it's a start. Dan the man, that is awesome. I know that is a huge difficulty for a lot of people getting their spouse involved in prepping. Biggest thing, talk about what's going on, show the bills, show the food, show the connections that you're seeing, why these food prices are going up, why electric's going up. Show them the hacks and stuff that are happening to our grid. Don't try to scare them, but just give them the information. Most people are not dumb. They can see it. They might want to deny it a lot, but it does sink in. Especially now, we're seeing more and more of it. Casual preparedness, good to see you, my friend. We do stay prepared for hurricanes here on the Gulf Coast. I'm from Panama City Beach, Florida myself. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, you've been with us for a very long time. And if I remember correctly, I believe I'm following you on Twitter. It's either Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. I forget which one it is. I forget which one. Oh, I'm going to give you guys a heads up warning since they shut down TikTok. But did you die? Came up, Carl. No, I didn't. I'm still here. Get ready for here YouTube. We're going to have all that stupid crap. They've been pushing the shorts anyway because the attention span of most people is that of a goldfish. We're going to be seeing a lot more of that. All the TikTokers and stuff are going to be coming here. So, hopefully we get a good amount of good creators, but odds are we're going to get a whole bunch of dumb shit on YouTube. Prepping is a marathon, not a sprint. You are correct. Creative redundancy, because the sprint would be panic buy. You are right about that. All right. No generators, have lamp going. I must have missed it. Mama K, I'm guessing your power is out. So running kerosene lamps. It's another good prep, actually. Kerosene lamps are very good. You can also get candles, lamps that actually have the candle, glass, and everything on them. They're pretty nice as well, but I cannot believe the price of kerosene. That's been going up for a while. It's like, I think in my local area, it's almost $6 a gallon for kerosene. Freaking crazy. So you're looking forward to correcting some organizational shortcomings when we rebuild, trying to turn aspects of our situation opportunity to prep better. Nick, keep on keeping on, CFP. Definitely appreciate it, my friend. Yes, we are constantly keeping on, that's for sure. When life kicks you in the you-know-whats, brush yourself off, go back at it. Mark it all up as a learning experience, everything you face. All right, same thing with survival training. There's been courses that I failed at. Went in, they're teaching a different way. They didn't want me to perform the course my way that I knew. I had to go and do it their way, and I busted out. I've had to tap out of a course before. Just, I physically was not in condition for it. And I saw that a lot in our survival course that we were running. We had quite a bit of people, they thought they could do the course, and halfway through having to tap. Nothing against them. It is what it is. I train with it all the time. I got to get back out there and start training again. That's why I push people start exercising, start working out, because yeah, you might not think your backpack weighs much now. Now go walk 30 miles. It's going to be weighing a ton. It will. Skywalker, I didn't tap. No, you didn't, brother. You went through that sucker with flying colors. Absolutely. So if you guys do not know Skywalker Precious Metals, he did take our course. I believe it was back in January or February. 2 years ago? Something like that. Anyway, we wound up being like best damn good friends. I mean, we always talk whenever, he can call me on anything. I know I can call him about anything. I met a lot of good people through that course. I really have. I'm trying to share, but it won't let me. The Roman Prepper. If you're trying to share a link, I do have links disengaged unless you're a moderator. The reason being is because the crypto crap, scams, pornography links. Yeah, people's been putting that stuff up in the posts, the comment sections, and live streams, so those are disabled. The only ones that can post up links is myself or my moderators. It just keeps my channel safe, because as the creator, it's my responsibility, and it's also my butt when people do that and I don't catch it. I'm not saying that you're trying to, it's just that's why I've done it. Alright, scrolling through here. Lead just might be the most precious precious metal exchange. Depends on the situation, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with having a very good stockpile of freedom seeds, absolutely. We try to be well versed as possible, at least we try to here. Heard hand sanitizer burn as fire starter or candle. That just depends, Dan the man, on what hand sanitizer you're using. Some of them do not have a flammable material in it, and they won't start a fire. But your most run-of-the-mill hand sanitizer does have an amount of alcohol in it, and it will ignite. But there are some that do not have it, and they will not work. Nay, Northern Prepper. Turning in late, keep it up. Good work. Not a problem, my friend. I want to start doing it on Sundays. Do a live stream, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep the schedule, but I'm going to try my best. Off-grid living, water is the most important thing. Water is one of the top most important, absolutely. When I was heading down for the hurricane relief, I picked up, he changed his name to Skywalker, Precious Metal. Picked him up, stayed at his house the night. That's where I got my stop bleed certification through him. And he brought something to my attention. All that Olives and Farms, Legacy Foods, for Patriot, all that stuff takes a massive amount of water to reconstitute that into edible food. On top of that, you have to have water to digest that food. I saw someone else leave a comment about, I discussed this before, leave a comment about there's enough water in food to digest your food. That's not true. That's not true. If you are not drinking water, you are constantly eating, you can really mess yourself up because you have to have water to break that stuff down. So water is very important on many different levels. And the fact is, you do not want to be smelling 5 days in, no power, no moving air. Oh, you talking about some rank stuff? Oh yeah, that'd be bad. Having a home gym helps. Yes, it does. It does. And the fact is, I would get kicked out of going to the purple. I grunt. I grunt at work. I grunt in shipyards. When I lift up something heavy, I'm making noise. Skywalker 30-day bucket takes 18 gallons of water. I knew he had measurements on that. There it is, guys. 30-day bucket of survival food. I don't know what company it was, but really doesn't matter. It pretty much runs into a lot of it. It takes 18 gallons of water to reconstitute. That's a lot of water. You got 30 days worth of food, but did you have 18 gallons just for that? On top of your drinking water, your cleaning water, your bathroom needs, hygiene. Water takes up a lot. It's just one of the things, I talk about stockpiling water. And we do. We stockpile as much as we can. It takes up a lot of room, though. You really need to find another water source, even if it's a retention pond, like down here in Florida, river, whatever. Good water filtration filters. You need some good water filters. That's probably one of your best bet. You can have a lot of water stockpiled up so you can hunker down if necessary. You can't go outside for whatever reason it is. Have a lot of water on hand. But the next step, all right? Don't just say, well, I'm just going to hunker down and that's all my preparedness level is going to be. No, work on going to venturing out. What are you going to do when you venture out, all right? And what if the zombies are running around? I don't think there's going to be any zombies, but do I have a preparedness plan for that? I do. All right, I'm a prepper. Dude wipes. I saw that in the store the other day. Oh, it was in Walmart. Yeah, dude wipes. It was in the camping section. As a train rider, I've washed myself in mud puddles, rivers, streams, lakes, mud puddles. I'll always stay clean. I saw a lot of those, what we call crusty kids and Flintstone kids that pride themselves on how much dirt they can get matted on their face and in their hair, and they tie chicken bones and stuff like that, and their dreadlocks and stuff. No, but they're the ones getting all these weird scab sores all over them and everything. That's from being dirty. You can find ways of cleaning. Alright, dear dude, you can use wood, coal, rocks, sand, and filter water using 2-liter bottles container. So, dear dude, yes, I have done videos on that. I also showed a 3-tier TP style, pyramid style water filtration. That does work good for debris. It does. It does not do very good for chemical pollutants, medical pollutants that are dumped in it. Viral does not do good at all. Now, if that's the only thing you had in a survival situation, you had no way of producing fire, it's better than nothing. Absolutely. It's better than just drinking out of the stream or whatever. But you really want to look at the water you're going to be running through that. even with that water filtration setup like that, it's really just for debris. Bacteria will slip through that if you're not, I mean, it can slip through that. Bullet. Let's see here. What else we got here? Your gym setup back in the day were not with the makeshift weights. It's just the outside the box thinking that we keep us alive. Yeah, and I was way out there too. There's no way I could have been driving to the gym every day and working everything else. There's just no way. It's just so much easier to just have it just like right now. I got it outside. I don't have my punching bag up yet. I just have the bench and everything, all my bars and everything out there, and I just work off the bench. Unless I'm doing other workouts like lunges and stuff like that with bars, dumbbells and stuff. Any recommendation on pool water? Will a Berkey filter out the chemicals? Fluffy Otter. If the Berkey has a activated carbon core on the inside of that ceramic filter, yes, it will. It'll get the chlorine taste and stuff out. Marking your maps, the people in your neighborhood with pools, night raid their water. That is a very smart idea, Skywalker. As long as people are training, for one, I know you do. I know you got a group. Training, of course, you got to be training. I just don't want people just be running up to people's backyards willy-nilly with 5-gallon buckets to get swacked. But if you're careful, code word enough, yeah, you got access to water that way. Or trade with them, but know where the pools are. They're trading. Hey, there's an idea. Trade him some toilet paper. That was big. I got a whole case of MREs for dollar store or those dollar pack toilet papers, man. I made a killing. It's a deal I couldn't pass up during the whole pandemic. Solar water steel. Solar water steel, yeah. If you could definitely make a distillery. You could do that with fire too. Or you could use one of those electric distillers like what we use. You use one of those as well. But the filter, like Fluffy Otter was talking about, if it's got that activated carbon center core in that ceramic filter, yeah, it's going to be just fine. All it is, you're just filtering out that bleach taste. All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I got a whole thermos of coffee here too. Oh well. I have bags and bags of charcoal to crush into charcoal dust for swimming pools, and have people stir it every hour. I am not. I have to look into that. These droids you're not looking for. I think, all right, don't quote me on this. I see where you're going to do charcoal absorbing, the impurities. I still think the best thing to do is to set up some type of funneling system with that crushed charcoal and run the water through it slowly. But there's a difference between charcoal and activated carbon. There is a huge difference actually, but charcoal is better than no filtration, all right? Transpiration bags, creative redundancy. Yeah, so I've done a video out in the field with one of those. I used a raincoat. They came in one of those little survival pouches I was testing out in the woods. You can get water out of that, put plants in there and get the condensation coming off of it. The thing is though, make sure, if you guys ever do that, learn your plants very well. In the video I found, it was an indigo plant. I forgot what's an actual name, but it's a tattooing plant. They get ink from. It's very, very toxic. So if I would have took that, threw in that bag, and let it build up the condensation and drink from it, I would have messed myself up. But I identified the flowers what got me. Is the only one with flowers in the area. So make sure you know your plants before you do that. Alright. Alright guys, so let me get wrapped up here. I got a lot more stuff to do before going to bed and go to work tomorrow. Next week, I think that's Saturday, I'm going to be pulling a timing chain here at the house. A buddy of mine's got a Ford Edge 2013 or 12, I forget what year it is. Sideways engine, 3.6 I think, or 3.5. The water pump is actually was leaking. Unfortunately, Ford decided to make water pumps internal that run off the timing chain. And to get to, you gotta take the timing chain off to get to the water pump. So yeah, doing that in the yard is gonna be fun. I am fully capable of it, but it's gonna be I'll film it. Let's put it that way. I'll film it. It's gonna be fun. All right, guys. Appreciate you hanging out, and I'll speak to you later. As soon as I figure out how to turn this off.